Good morning, grade fives. Happy Sunday. I hope you're all doing very well and you had a restful weekend. We are officially starting week 4 of our e-learning, and I'm hoping that you've all adjusted well to it now. Before I actually start today's lesson or today's topic, I want to quickly go over what the expectations for this week will be in regards to math. So I want to look at a quick overview of what math will be for this week. Now, from Sunday to Wednesday, you know how those are usually the 4 days where I'm teaching. So from Sunday to Wednesday, I'm going to be doing intensive topics review for certain topics of the unit, because we have pretty much done this measurement unit. We're pretty much just wrapping it up. After volume, that is it. I'm going to do a little bit more on volume on Wednesday, but we're pretty much done the unit. So for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, these 4 days, I'm going to be reviewing specific topics in the unit that I know that a lot of us, or most of us, or if not all of us, need a little bit more review on. Okay, so this whole week is a review week. These 4 days are review week, which is the same thing we would be doing in class, because when we finish up a unit, we always have about 3 to 4 days when we're working on study guides, when we're reviewing questions with Miss Rachel or Mr. Matt or Miss Mavish or Miss Fidesz. That's what this week is. Now, this whole week, you're either going to be falling into 3 different types of groups. You're going to be 3 different boats, basically. Number 1 is when I post these videos. So now, throughout these couple weeks, you're so option 1, you're either falling into this option, which is Miss Mavish. I understood every single thing. I watched all the videos. I did all the questions. I did all the quizzes. I did really well on those quizzes. I either got perfect or close to perfect. But the point is, you really get this unit. So as if, for example, if I give you a pop test right now, you would be very confident, you could do it very well, you understand perimeter, area, irregular shapes, conversion, you want a volume, you really, really get it. If that is you, and I mean confidently, you can explain the topics to someone, if that is you, then for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you are welcome to not watch these videos, right? So I will say every day, I will want you to watch the first minute or 2 of every video in case, just to see what the topic is. But yes, you do not have to watch these review videos if, and I'm stressing this, if you are 110% confident, and if you're getting 8 out of 8 and 10 out of 10s and 9 out of 10s or something like that on every quiz. If you are not, then you can't just choose not to watch these. These are only optional videos if you have been getting like perfect on your quizzes and you understand completely. And I don't know about Mr. Matt's or Miss Rachel's class, but my kids, that's not a lot of you. A lot of you do need to be watching these optional videos. Okay, so this is not optional for a lot of you. Okay, but if that is you, for a few of you, if that is you, then you are going to be working on the study guide. I will post the study guide on, it'll be in the Edmodo folder, then you're working on the study guide every day. Okay, do a little bit every day. I will also post some challenge questions, some challenge worksheets, some challenge word problems. So just for you to stay busy. I don't want you're not just doing nothing in math. You're going to be doing some more challenging work, because great, you understand it, wonderful. Let's do some application questions so that when grade 6 comes, you are still prepared for application questions, okay? So that's option number 1. So that's if you 100% get every single thing we've done. So that's either you, or you could be option 2, which is, let's say, Miss Mavish, I've watched the videos, I've done the work, but I really don't understand, right? I don't understand irregular shapes. I don't understand volume. I don't understand how to create shapes when I have a perimeter. If that's you, then awesome. This is the week for you. This is the prime time when you need to be watching the videos, you need to be listening to me and doing the questions, because these intensive mini videos, so today's will be a little bit longer because I'm explaining everything, but every day they're probably going to be maybe 10 to 15 minutes of just me doing questions after questions, just review what I would be doing in class with students one-on-one or in small groups, right? We all know this. We've all done small group works in class. This is what's happening now. So this is perfect for you. So you must watch these optional. So this is not optional. You must watch these videos this week, okay? And then do the questions with me, and then post questions if you have on Edmodo for us. But I will be going through the steps again very intensely, okay? That's option 2. That means you did all the work, but you didn't do too well on the quizzes, you're still confused, and you still need more review, then these videos are perfect for you. Or you might be option 3, where you say, Miss Mavish, I watched the videos, I did the work, I got some of the things, but some of the other things I didn't understand, or I really understand perimeter and area, but I really don't understand volume, then these are also videos for you. Then yes, I do want you to watch the videos. But it may mean, for example, today, you'll only watch maybe one question and you say, you know what, it just clicks. It makes sense to me. I don't need to watch the rest of the examples. Maybe it means just watch one example with Miss Mavish, maybe two, and then that's it, right? So don't just say, oh, I kind of get it, it's good enough. No, it's not good enough. I want you to watch the videos, but maybe you don't watch all of the examples. You just do one or two examples with me and then say, you know what, Miss Mavish, I honestly get it now. I can stop watching the video. That is okay. That is allowed, okay? So this is where your honesty and integrity comes in. You need to be honest with yourself, because you could watch none of these videos and not understand anything, and I won't know until we do the quizzes every day. Okay, and you're still bombing them, right? So this is where you need to be honest to yourself and say, you know what? I really don't understand this. I have to watch Miss Mavish's videos this week. Or I kind of understand this, and so I still should watch Miss Mavish's video. Or I really understand everything. I don't need to watch Miss Mavish's videos because I've already understood everything perfectly. So that's up to you. Now, the last bit before I start is that every day we're going to be doing a short mini Edmodo quiz. Nothing major. There'll probably be 3 questions, maybe something very, very short on the topics I'm reviewing. So today, for example, today's quiz will be on perimeter and area and irregular shapes, just so I know that the topic I've taught everyone gets. So for those students who, for example, were in option 1 and said, Miss Mavish, I don't need to watch the video, I get it, you better be acing those quizzes, because if you're saying you get it, that means you don't need to watch these videos. That means you will get 10 out of 10 or 5 out of 5 or 3 out of 3, whatever the quiz is out of, okay? So that will be my check-in to see how well we are doing on the intensive or the more focused lessons, okay? So that's where it is. So again, right now, I'm going to be talking about perimeter and area, which was week 2, day 2. And then in a little bit, I'll do 1 or 2 examples. And then the focus of today's will be when we're doing irregular shapes, okay, which a lot of you had trouble with. So please watch today's video. And today's quiz, which will be on Edmodo, is on perimeter, area, and irregular shapes, okay? So please, a lot of us didn't understand, so please continue watching, okay? So let's get started. Now, I've referenced week 2, day 2, so in case you want to look at where the original video was, so the video for these units were week 2, day 2, and then week 2, day 3. So day 2 and day 3 of week 2, that's where the original video where I teach you in depth of every single thing. Now I'm just going to go through example after example, so just to show you how to really understand all of these examples. So let's just do number 1. Let's just do a quick perimeter and area review. So remember, where's my pen? Perimeter, remember it's just, so let me just draw a rectangle. I'm not going to use a ruler because I don't want to waste your time, but I'm going to use my grid paper. Okay, let's say if I have, this is 9 centimeter, so is this, and if this is 5 centimeter, so is this, right? Quick review, you need to understand that whatever in a rectangle, whatever the length is here, it's the same here, right? And whatever the width is here, it's the same here. So even if I didn't put any of these, you should have known that since this is 9, this has to be 9 too. And since this is 5, this has to be 5 too. So those are facts you should understand right away. That should not be new for you. Okay, so now when I'm doing perimeter, let's quickly review perimeter. Remember, perimeter is, and this is one of the questions on the quiz, right? What is perimeter? Perimeter is just the total length of the shape or whatever the object is, right? Which means you're just adding, okay? Now, and I'll say, and remember when I said, because when we did area, and I'll review area, so in perimeter we always, and I'll put in brackets, we always add. You never multiply in perimeter, you only add. And in area, you always multiply. Okay? You need to have that memorized. Some of you were multiplying when we were doing perimeter. There's no way. So perimeter, you add. Area, you multiply. Now, this one, area one, I think equation is really easy for everyone. So area's equation is length times width. What does that mean? The length of the shape is always, think of L, long, length. It's always the longer one, right? So length, which is 9 centimeters. And the width is how wide something is. It happens to be 5 centimeters wide, okay? So length times width. So for area, you're just going to multiply the length times width. Now for perimeter, it's not multiplying, you're adding. You're adding the length and the width and the length and the width. So, and I know in my video I said side plus side. So you can either say side plus side plus side plus side, or you could say, perimeter is equal to length plus width plus length plus width. There's a little W there, okay? It's up to you. However you want to, whatever makes sense to you. Maybe it makes sense to you say, yeah, well, I know that this is length and width, so from area, then maybe for perimeter, it's easier for you to memorize as length plus width plus length plus width. Whatever is easier for you. Now, when I'm calculating perimeter, so I'll calculate over here. Perimeter is equal to, and this is how you need to set up your work, because when you go to grade 6, I mean, right now we're not in class, but when you go to grade 6, you need to have the steps when your teacher is watching you do the steps. So perimeter is equal to, and I'll say length plus width plus length plus width. What is my length? So my length, we know, is 9 centimeters, the long edge. So I'm going to say 9 plus, what is my width? What is the shorter edge? 5 centimeters, so 5 plus length, again, we know is 9 centimeters plus 5 centimeters, right? Does that make sense? So we're just saying perimeter, remember, it's the total of all the sides, right? So we went 9 plus 5 plus 9 plus 5. Does that make sense? Okay, so 9, then we just add 9 plus 5 plus 9 plus 5 is 28. 28, and then remember, always remember your units, centimeters. That is perimeter of this shape, right? We just added all the sides. Next, area. Area, and remember, like we said, it's length times width. So what is my length? My long edge happens to be 9. And my width, my short edge happens to be 5. Then it's easy multiplication. What is 9 times 5? 45 centimeters. And you're probably thinking, oh, Miss Malish, we're missing one more thing. So perimeter, remember, we only need to just put the units. But for area, you always have to put what? Squared, okay? Do not forget the squared. That's perimeter and area. Now, I think most of us, if not all of us, really get this. And you really have to. This is grade 4. None of this is new information. There's no way you should not remember this from grade 4. If not, you definitely by the end of this lesson, you need to, okay? So that's what we did for week 2, day 2. We just talked about perimeter, area. We introduced it. Now, I'm going to move on to where most of us were having trouble. I'm just going to squish this down a little bit as we go. And I'll just say this topic was called irregular shapes. And just for your reference, it was week 2, day 3. So in case you're wondering which video that was, it was week 2, day 3, and it was irregular shapes. We're still calculating perimeter and area, but they weren't these easy shapes. Because this, I know, I'm confident that 99% of us can do this. I'm pretty sure that we all can do perimeter. You just add. Area, we just multiply these two. I know we get that. But I know a lot of us are having troubles with irregular shapes. So when they're not simple like this, they're funky looking. So let me draw a funky looking shape. Okay. Now, and I'm going to do a few examples because we need to. Okay, let me draw. Let's Let's draw this. Okay, let's say this is 10 millimeters, and I want you to draw this too. I want you to do this on your own. So you're not just watching the video. I really, especially for this section, I want you to do this with me. So get a paper out, please, whether it's your math notebook or just a scrap paper, and I want you to open up and try doing this with me, because it's more useful, and it makes a lot more sense when you're trying to do it on your own and not just watching me. So get a paper, pause the video right now, please get a paper out and a pencil and maybe a highlighter, and then try doing it with me. not just watching me. Or maybe you want to watch first and then try it, but I definitely want you to try it. So now, and I'm going to pause here for a moment, okay? Because this is the issue that people, and I'll get a different pen out so then we can see the difference of what we shouldn't be doing. So irregular shapes, same thing. I want you to calculate the perimeter and area, right? And I'll let perimeter and area, but of this irregular shape. And obviously you notice that this is what we call a regular shape because it's a regular rectangle, right? We know that. There is no equation for area or for this a random shape, right? So you need to use your knowledge of perimeter and area and find this out. So basically, perimeter is the easier one, but, and this is what was happening, and this is what's happening that is wrong. So now I'll do it on red to show you that it's wrong. Perimeter, a lot of you were doing this. Okay, so I know perimeter is adding all the sides, which you're right. You are correct. Perimeter does mean you just add all the sides. But here's what you guys were doing. You were saying perimeter is equal to 10 plus 9 plus 5 plus 4, right? That's what you guys said. Some of you were doing examples like this and saying that's the perimeter, and I'm done. And although you're close, and you may have gotten maybe half a mark out of 2, that is incorrect. That is not correct. Just saying 10 plus 9 plus 5 plus 4, that's not your answer. And I'll show you why just now. So let's say you have, and I want you to really, and maybe let's get a highlighter out, okay? This is where you need to notice why you can't do that. If I said perimeter, and we know perimeter is, in fact, all the sides. How many sides are there? I'm going to count that, right? How many sides are there? There's 1, there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 sides. That means I should have side plus side plus side plus side plus side. I should have one more, right? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides because I just counted, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I should have 6 numbers. That's your first job. Look at this, which a lot of you did. How many sides are there right now? 1, 2, 3, 4. So you already know you're missing 2. You're missing 2 sides. You can't, perimeter isn't just some of the sides. Perimeter is all the sides. So that's a good starting point. But you could say this then. Perimeter is equal to 10 plus 9 plus 5 plus 4 plus something plus something. That is correct because I know I have 4 of the 6 sides, right? Now, let's see which sides we're missing, and I'll get maybe this one. So I've got this one is 10, so just check mark. I've got this one, which is 9, check mark. Uh-oh, what's happening here? Do I know how long this is? No. So I'm going to put a big question mark here. I need to find, so that's one of your boxes. That represents one of your unknown lengths. Okay, let's keep going. Do I know what this length is? Yes, I know that's 4 millimeters. Do I know what this is? Yes, I know that's 5. And do I know what this is? No, again, I do not know what this is. So I'm going to put a question mark, and that is my second. So this should match. I should have 2 question marks here. I have 2 empty boxes. Then that is correct. That means I have 4 lengths. I know 10, 9, 5, 4, but I am missing 2. And again, you only will realize you're missing 2 when you go through the shape and say, yep, yep, oh, nope, yep, yep, nope. You have to do that because some of you are just looking at the shape and saying, oh, I have 4s. I just have to say 10 plus 9 plus 5 plus 4, but that is incorrect. That's only part of the shape. Okay, that's first challenge. Now, you need to start figuring out what the lengths are. And this is, a lot of us just need to review on this and practice on this as how to find out the shape, the lengths. So let's do this one first. Okay, this one, let's do that one first. Now, ask yourself, is this a horizontal line or a vertical line? Right now, is this a horizontal line or vertical line? It's a horizontal line, right? So your job right now is look at all the other sides, and I'll even draw this out for us so we can see. So I'm trying to figure out this length. this one, okay? Now look at the other sides that are also horizontal. I've got this horizontal side, that is 10, right? This is horizontal. Remember, horizontal is anything that's this, vertical is this. So, and that will really help you. So this is a horizontal line, correct? Now look at all the other sides that are horizontal. So there's always two. There's this, and then there's this. So I've got 10, and I've got 5. And easiest way is just to subtract them. What's 10 subtract 5? 10 subtract 5 is 5. That tells me that this is equal to 5 millimeter. This is the easiest strategy. A lot of us are using this strategy, which is great. So what I did there is I saw, okay, this is a horizontal line. So Miss Mavish, I need to go and look at all the other horizontal lines. So that's 1 and 2, and just subtract them. Because, and I'll tell you why we're subtracting, because if you look, and I'll get the black out so I'm not making red, is if I get this, if this whole thing is 10, and from here to here is 5, right? This is all 10, but from here to here is 5. Well, what's the rest of it going to be? You subtract. You take the whole length, take out the 5, which is 5, right? That's why we're doing subtraction. Now, let's go to the other question mark, which is this. So this question mark, and again, I'll draw it over here like that. Is it a horizontal line or a vertical line? It is a vertical line. That is straight. It's going up and down. So look at all the other vertical lines. What do you see? I see this vertical line, which is 9, right? This is vertical. What is another vertical line? This is also a vertical line. So then you write 4 and you subtract them. Same thing. Then what's 9 subtract 4? 5. Now this is a coincidence, but it also happens to be 5 millimeter. I didn't plan this out. It just kind of happened, okay? And that's probably the quote unquote hardest part. But once you've gotten that, you're ready for perimeter. You found out box number 1 and box number 2. So now all you simply do is you fill it in. You say 5 and 5. And now you can add it. Now you have all of the lengths for each side. Now you can add. So that was incomplete. You're missing 2, but now because of our strategies, we were able to find it. So therefore, the perimeter is equal to, I think it's 38, I think? 38. 38 millimeter, okay? That's perimeter, okay? Let's do another example. I don't want to do area just yet. I want to do another example of just perimeter. And we'll come back to this, okay? So keep this. I just want to really stress perimeter first. Let's go to another example. And I put a paper so it doesn't move through. So leave that example just on the side, leave a little space. I really want to get perimeter first, and then we can move on to area. So let's do another perimeter example. Let's do example 2, and we'll come back to area. So draw this shape with me. Okay, let's say this is 7 meter. This is 6 meter. Let's say this is 3 meter. And let's say if this is 5 meter, okay? Now let's go through each of the steps slowly. Don't just rush. Now I want you to find the perimeter. And in your mind, you should now know, if you didn't before, that Miss Mavish just told me I cannot just do, and again I'll do it in red so that we know we cannot do that. Perimeter. So if you used to, and I know a lot of we're doing that, 5 plus 7 plus 3 plus 6. And that's it. That is wrong, okay? That's halfway there. It's close, but it's not. No, and this is just a hint for you, a little trick. For irregular shapes, there will always be some missing sides, sorry. There will always be missing sides. I will always be missing some information that you have to find. So there's no way it's gonna ever be that easy, okay? Never. Only for regular shape it will be that easy, but not for irregular shapes. Now, I'm going to go, so step 1, I want you to use a highlighter or something and find out all the sides that you're missing. So let's count. How many sides are there? 1, 2. Okay, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shapes. 6 sides. I have 6 sides. That means I should have side plus side plus side plus side plus side plus side. That tells me perimeter, because we know, again, perimeter just means I'm adding all the sides. Perimeter is you're just adding all the sides I have. Now, let's see all the sides I have, because right now I don't have all of them, right? I have 7. Okay, good. I've given that. I've been giving this side, which is 6. Have I been giving this side? No. So that's a question mark. Okay. I have been giving 3. Yep. I've been given this side. And again, look at that. I do not know that. So that's also going to be a question mark. Okay. So that tells me my perimeter is going to be 7 plus 6 plus 3 plus 5 plus question mark, question mark. I don't know what those two sides are. Now let's find out what they are. Okay, again, use the strategy. I'm going to look at this one first. Okay, I'm going to bring this down over here so you have a little visual. This side, which happens to be a vertical, okay, it's a vertical line. It's a vertical line. Now, look at all the other sides that are also vertical, okay? So this is vertical, going up and down a line. Which other sides are also going up and down, vertical? So I see there's this one, this is vertical, and this one. So you get those two numbers, 7 and 5, and you just subtract them, right? 7 subtract 5. This is vertical line, this is a vertical line, and you subtract them, which is equal to 2 meters. So now you know this is 2 meters. Oops, sorry. Let's do the same thing over here. This is a horizontal line. So I'm going to bring this down here. It is a horizontal line. Horizontal line. Okay. Now, because this is horizontal, look at all the other sides that are also horizontal, which should be saying ding, ding, ding. This is horizontal. This is horizontal. So I'm going to say 6, 3, and you subtract them, which is 3 meters. So this is now 3 meters. So what are my two missing sides? I have 2 and 3. Okay? And then the easy part is you just add them. So 7 plus 6 plus 3 plus 5 plus 2 plus 3, I think that's 26 meters. Okay? Let's do one more perimeter and then we'll go all the way back and do area. Okay? And you can try doing this on your own. You can try pausing the video. Now that you've done 2 examples with me, let's do this one. Okay, let's say this is 9 meters. This is 7 meters. This is, let's say this is 2 meters, and this is 3 meters. Okay? Now pause the video here, and I want you to just try doing it on your own, and then let's take it up together, okay? And don't worry if you don't get it. This is your own personal test to try it. So pause it, and then we can try doing it. Okay? Now let's do it in chunks. So step 1, I need to find out how many sides there are. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And yes, you'll notice that there's almost all the time, there's always 6 sides, okay? That's a little hint from me to you. There's 99% of the time, there's usually 6 sides. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I have 6 sides. Now let's fill in what I have already. I have 7 plus 9 plus 3 plus 2. I have 4. And as usual, I need to find 2 missing sides. Okay? How do we do that? Okay, you need to break it, chunk it, right? Break it in the types of lines you have. I have, let's go and find out which one we don't have. So I have 9 meters. Okay, I don't know what this is. This is 3. This is 2. Oops, another one I don't know. This is 7, this is 9, okay? So I'm missing these two. So let's do this big horizontal one first. So the one that looks kind of just that, right? It's kind of big. Horizontal line, this horizontal line over here. What are the other lines that are also horizontal? I've got this is horizontal, and I've got this little mini, right? Which is 3. So I look at 9, because that's the first horizontal line, and the other horizontal line, and you just subtract them. 6 meters. So I know this is 6 meter. And also, you can always check your answer, right? Because this horizontal line plus this should equal 9, right? Do you see how if from here to here is 6, and from here to here is 3, if I put them together, it should be 9, and it is. Okay, so that's 6. Let's do this one. That one is like this, it's a vertical line. So look at all the other vertical lines. I've got one that's 7, and I've got one that's 2. So 7, 2, you subtract them, which is 5. So this, this one is 5 meters. Okay? And then the fun, easy part where you're just plugging in the numbers, you got 5 and you got 6. Then you just add them. So 7 plus 9 plus 3 plus 2 plus 5 plus 6 is 32 meters. Okay? So that should have been a good review on how to do the perimeter of finding of irregular shapes. Okay, so step 1, find out how many sides there are and how many you're missing. Okay, there have always been 6 sides, there's always 2 missing. Then you're just focusing on the types of line, vertical and horizontal. Okay, now, so pause the video and then we're gonna do area. So let's go back to this, I'm gonna go back to my other shapes. Okay, now I want you to pause here, and so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna actually just pause today's review session here. So today's review input lesson was just reviewing perimeter and area, which was week 2, day 2, and looking at irregular shapes of week 2, day 3, when we just looked at perimeter, okay? Tomorrow's input lesson, I'm gonna review irregular shapes of when we're trying to find area, because that one needs a little bit more intensive look, okay? So make sure you have tried these questions, okay? Maybe make another one up for you. So how about I make another one up for you, just in case if you're struggling, and you can just try doing it on your own. Or go back to the worksheet from day 3 and try doing it on your own, right? Draw any shapes. Just get creative. Give yourself a random shape. And just give yourself units. So this might be 8 meters. This might be 10 meters. This might be 7 meters. And then this might be, 10, yep. This might be 4, okay? And then you just have to find out. So try doing that on your own. Give yourself a shape or ask a family member to give you a shape. Okay, so today's that will be the 2 input lessons for today. Tomorrow we'll just keep reviewing. When you are done this, you can do a little bit of the study guide. Now, if there's a lot of sections in the study guide that you don't understand and you feel like, Ms. Mavish, I will only be able to do them after I do these review lessons with you, then just leave it. Just do these review questions again. So give yourself the same question and try doing it on your own. But I would also like you to go back to your math folders of week 2, day 3, and try doing those questions again. Try doing the worksheet questions again, okay? That's it for today. Good job. I'm happy if you stay to review. If you didn't need to study, that's also okay. And then go do the quiz now. So go back onto Edmodo and do the quiz, which will be questions just like these, okay? See ya. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Bye.